at Fifth Third Field, wrapping up Winterfest. 3-2 the final. The Fort Wayne Komets in a shootout, taking down Toledo. A pair of outstanding games here outdoor hockey at Fifth Third Field. Matt Melzak up in the booth and Scott Pollock downstairs outside. And Scott, a tremendous game once again, just like last Saturday. Toledo unfortunately comes up short here today.
Yeah, and this time in a shootout, Matt, but Toledo, so many opportunities this game went on. And obviously after the first period, they wanted a lot more possession time. They got that. They got the opportunities. Roman Will was fantastic down at the other end. And unfortunately, Toledo can't score the winning goal in regulation or the overtime, and the shootout goes to Fort Wayne.
There you see the players are all out on the ice, everyone grabbing a team photo out there, and why not after this tremendous event over the course of 10 days, Scott. What we saw out here was simply outstanding.
It certainly was, and I think if you look both nights, different types of atmosphere, but tonight you had a little bit of snow, great temperature to finish off this game. Excitement was there, the crowd was into it. Both outstanding games, close games, 2-1, 3-2 in a shootout. Toledo put their best foot forward in both these games. Unfortunately, just a 1 point to show for it.
Yeah, as we take a look, Scott, at the highlights from this game, and we go back to the first period, and it was kind of a fast start for Toledo. They got some early chances, but then Fort Wayne controlled a lot of the first period, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that Toledo couldn't get the sustained offense we talked about. They were able to get some spurts. They had their quickness working, a little bit in transition, but some turnovers and lack of sustained offensive zone play led Fort Wayne the opportunity to get more of the chances in the first period.
Yeah, and you saw the Fort Wayne Komets grab the 1-0 lead in the first period. There were still some good chances for Toledo, but it was, like you said in the broadcast, it was one and done. As we went to the second period, things certainly changed for the Toledo Walleye in a hurry when Anthony Luciani scored.
Yeah, certainly took the tone for the rest of the game. Toledo much more involved, maintained the puck and puck possession in the offensive zone, and just got numerous chances, threw a lot of pucks, had a lot of people around Roman Will. Chances were there. Both goalies were strong throughout the game. Unfortunately for Toledo, couldn't get enough pucks by Roman Will.
Yeah, Brent Perlini, he scored on the backhand to make it 2-1 in favor of the Komets in that second period. Toledo came oh so close so many times. You just have to credit a great goaltender, and Roman Will was outstanding in this game.
Yeah, and I think that's the important thing, man. We've mentioned it on a number of occasions. There's no guarantees in this game. You could play real well, create a ton of chances. The goaltender's there. He's like that starting pitcher. He can neutralize a game, and certainly Roman Will did tonight.
Yeah, that is a good analogy. A starting pitcher that's dominant can do the same thing. Saw a lot of chances from Toledo even in that third period. Remember, they had the 5-on-3 for a while. Still unable to solve Roman Will, and it looked like this game might end like the game against Kalamazoo until Kyle Bonas found Anthony Luciano.
Both penalty kills along with the goaltending were great, and they kept them off the board. The power plays were not as much a factor as we thought they might be. Penalty kill certainly won that matchup, but a lot had to do with the goaltending.
Yeah, they certainly did. In the overtime, Toledo kept the pressure going, Scott, all the way through that 5-minute overtime session. He thought a couple of times they might win it in that session.
Yeah, they certainly did. A lot of chances, great opportunities. Roman Will just started strong throughout most of this game.
Yeah, throughout, and then we got into the shootout. Toledo was trailing. Scoring was A.J. Jenks to tie it, but then too much for the Fort Wayne Komets as they win the shootout by a score of 2-1, and they defeat Toledo overall in the game by a final score of 3-2. Down to you, Scott, who's standing by with the coach.
Yeah, Coach Alone is with us now, and there are no guarantees in this game. You can throw up a lot of shots. Doesn't mean they're going to go by their goaltender.
Yeah, it's a complete different experience from last week, and even the game itself. The first period was really tough trudging, and I give them credit. They probably got that lucky Winterfest puck on net goal. Then the second period, the elements changed a little bit. We probably got a lucky behind the net outdoor element type goal. Then from there, I thought it was a really good hockey game. Very happy the way we competed throughout. Again, get to 46 shots in a night like this. We bought into what we had to do, and anytime you're trailing and you tie the game late, we'll certainly take it.
Got a lot, after the first period, we talked with Coach Watson. A lot of it was possession time and more offensive zone play. You certainly had that from that point on.
Yeah, I know. We probably deserved a bounce with what we did offensively, with playing low to high, winning puck battles, getting behind there. But again, I liked our effort. I liked our approach. And again, we'll take the point. An unbelievable event. Bittersweet. It's such a good event that we lose in a shootout. But at the same time, to get a point trailing under 3-4 minutes, it's a good night for us.
Yeah, and no doubt an outstanding event. Derek, talk to us a little bit the change in the elements from last week to this week, and even over the course of the first half to the second half of this game.
Completely different from last week. Last week, probably ideal situations, but the ice wasn't extremely fast, but it was fine. It was very consistent. This week, early on, tonight, it was a disaster early on. Obviously, it was snowing at its most at the start, and then the extra time for the pregame ceremony, it was really tough getting through anything there. And then as the game went on, it kind of turned to ice, and it was as fast as it was in the 6 periods we played. And those are part of the elements. I thought we handled it well. They handled it very well. It came to a flip of a coin shootout at the end, and they finished.
Yeah, and it seemed like the game finished in what I might ideal outdoor conditions. It was crisp, cool, and great hockey. Derek, finally, just your thoughts on the overall week-long Winterfest experience.
It's been an unbelievable experience. It's a huge credit to our organization. I firmly believe no one else in this league could have pulled this off like we did. And it's a credit to our organization and to the league to pull it off at this level.
Well, Derek, well said, and good luck down the road. Yeah, I think I couldn't say it any better right there. The only team that could pull this off were the Walleye, and they certainly did here this entire Winterfest experience.
Really fantastic stuff. The fireworks going off here at Fifth Third Field following this game here today. The second outdoor game in the history of the ECHL. The Komets take it in a shootout, 3-2.